Now, as far as increasing visibility and improving agility, okay, for your business, my suggestion is that you centralize information and you digitize your manual processes, okay? The paper-based society is pretty much always going to be here. That's fair. But we want to drive as much of those administrative processes, those paper-based processes, to digital workflows. The fact is that, online commerce and what we call click and mortar, which is the ability to go online, pick things out, and go to a store and pick it up. This is the norm, and this is going to become more and more commonplace for businesses. And so more processes need to be digitized, and it's what I call basically creating a digital twin of your business, trying to create the complete digital representation of your business model so that you can continue business without a physical location whatsoever. If that's your mentality, that'll drive all your activities to digital processes. And then you can realize which physical relationship-based processes are really capturing the value that you can focus on. 23% of the businesses are at the most basic level of digital engagement, and only 10% use software to connect sales with supply chain operations. So needless to say, there's a disconnect between retail and wholesale and sales and what's happening upstream in the supply chain, when things are showing up, how much needs to be ordered, and all of that. 41% of businesses are at an intermediate stage of their digital journey, okay? And so we want to encourage that digital journey for your business to continue to adapt your processes for the digital environment. Now, another thing you can do is you can reinforce local and regional supply chains, okay? So local sourcing, building supplier redundancy, okay? Leveraging group purchasing. So for example, there are organizations that have agreements with Home Depot that they can go to Home Depot and they get certain pricing on products that they use for construction. And it's not because they have a pro account at Home Depot, it's because they're part of a group purchasing organization that went and negotiated with Home Depot, okay? So there are a lot of group purchasing organizations that will allow you to get the same discounted pricing as major companies. And so Una is one of them. You can buy, the same types of products at a discount as companies that buy much larger volumes, okay? And so using these sources to find better deals, to find better discounts on the products that you use to do your business, to engage in business, and find better prices on products. So you can also evaluate local options for replacement items and goods, right? I see there's so many masks now, fabric masks, and I know there are a lot of people that made these locally. So I wonder how many companies that are small businesses are selling locally made and manufactured masks versus the standard ones that you can buy through, and so that's a way that you can support things like that, are ways that you can support the local economy, right? And so we should continue to do that even more. Also, barter and trade. All right. So this is pretty much a standard of doing business for small business when I was growing up, is that if you can't pay with cash, you pay in kind. And so you pay with trade or you pay with barter. And there are even barter and trade websites. Okay. So if you have things you would think you would like to barter and trade, you can use some of these very large and successful barter and trade websites to actually barter and trade things that you may not be able to sell. And so you want to focus on your core competencies, but you also want to ask what you can add to fill the need for new services and products. Offer discounts, promotions, incentives, of course, trade. And there are also apps that you can use while you're doing this digitalization of your work. There are discount apps on Shopify. So if you set up a store and you use Shopify as a way of selling online, they have systems for you to use discounting and to add promotions and incentives. Most of your small businesses, if you're using like a tile or a square type interaction, or you're using a point of sale, a lot of those like Clover point of sale systems have built-in incentive and promotion programs that you can use. Now is a great time to tap into customer loyalty, okay? Habituation again. If a person is going out for very specific targeted decisions, then if they came into your store or if they've interacted with you as a customer, you want to incentivize them to buy more and to interact with you more. Give them discounts, okay? So start with the people that are doing business now with you, incentivize them to do more business, And just like we had, that was mentioned earlier, get that word of mouth going around your brand by offering more incentives and promotions to your customers. You can sign up for Honey. And so Honey will also allow, if you have an online presence, will allow discounts to be applied if a person is using the Honey app and they go to your website. So find as many of the different ways to incentivize, to discount, or to promote your brands using these online methods. Again, you should be working on your online presence. I am the worst offender of this. I am the type that buys websites and I don't build them all the way. But if you have a business and you have a website, you should max that. You should totally, build out that website and get as much of your business transacted through that website as you can. There are costs, there are pay for service subscriptions, there are free platforms. And so I've created links here to like OS Commerce, which is an open source online web store. And so businesses that can take the time now to build out their online presence, they're going to replace those physical distribution flows quicker. And they're going to divert their demands to the online, to the majority of people out here in these generations that are used to buying stuff online.